Hello everyone, welcome to another session of the Lusophone Empire campaign, and things have been going quite well, honestly, with everything, and you know that means it's time to screw something up, and we're going to be preparing to go against Spain. Pretty much immediately, I think. Let's just start preparing. Do I still want Lancers? Not really, I don't think. I think I will just remove all cavalry. Yeah, it's the best type. It could be used, but I honestly just don't like having too many unit types in my armies. Those guys are... yeah, they are totally wrong. Oh. And they just all got removed. Okay. So this army is fine. You don't need conscripts. No, you don't need conscripts anywhere. Let's have you join basically any army. So Spain has about 100 battalions. They can conscript 100 more. We have, I think, similar amount of conscripts available. More or less. They have a bit more, I think, just eyeballing it. Even though we have National Guard. What are the Spanish laws? National Guard as well. Oh, that's a bit annoying. They're not really doing that great in many things. Another question is, what's their military tech? So let's check their units. It's actually line infantry still. Now, it doesn't... I'm not sure how much priority those AI give to upgrading units. So I don't think it necessarily means they don't have the tech. Maybe they don't though, they don't have any skirmishers. Which would make this thing a lot easier. No, I don't see any. I think the way we're going to go about this is we will aim for Galicia, because it is homeland to Galicians, which are pretty much Portuguese, they just don't really know about it just yet. And we'll also take whatever Spain controls in Africa. So I think those three little bits and pieces, just for completionist sake, they don't really help us. I mean, it would be a nice start again for a war against Morocco, I guess. But otherwise it's not really that important, and we will just go for Madrid. And hopefully after the war we will be able to maintain good relations with Spain, because ideally I would like to trade with them. And maybe if we start our own power block, we could invite them. Actually, how close? With a military buildup, we might actually become a great power, which would be quite useful, lowering the interest, increasing migrants. That will help quite a bit. So, I think they have mobile artillery, which is okay for offense, but not great. Shrapnel. I could go for shrapnel artillery. To slow down my industry research. And I think if we were ahead with skirmishers, then I don't really need that. We'll still build some artillery. We currently have 0. That's fine. So I guess I just built 30 artillery and 70 infantry. And of course, all of those troops are going to come from the mainland. So 10, 10, 10. And then 70. 1, 2, 3. Actually, maybe let's do it like this. 4, 5, 6, 7. More or less. Eventually they will come up, I think. And construction queue has some coal mines. Do I actually need coal that badly? I kinda do. And I don't really have convoys to spare to actually try and trade for them. Let's build some of those coal mines, and they're in a good province as well. Maybe not all, let's build like 4, I guess. 5. Yeah, the barracks are going to build relatively fast, so it's going to be 2 years. We got vacuum packaging. Okay, sure. Oil. Do we have any oil? I think we might. Or maybe I can just import it. Yeah, we have some whaling stations. Yeah, and then it's only pop consumption. Some pops might switch to some other good for their fuel needs. So I think that should be fine. We actually have quite a few whaling stations in Madagascar. Okay, South Angola, North Angola. Okay, that's pretty nice. Anti-French Association trade agreement with Russia. Who is in the Anti-French Association? Everyone. Okay, yeah, we will pursue this in this case. How are you guys doing actually in your war for German domination? Seems like it's... can I look at the front lines? This one is the most important, and it seems like it's Prussia that's winning, but... Morale is worse for Austria, but they have slight numbers advantage, at least in battalions. I'm not sure if I can see actual troop numbers. Troop numbers might be favoring Prussia, actually. They have way better stats. So Prussia might be able to form Germany, maybe? A revolution in Württemberg doesn't really matter, I don't think, for anything. Not important, again. Prussia might win this one, but then again, the question is... They might get a ton of... No, they are not going to get more infamy from this, I don't think. Or they might? I'm not sure how exactly the mechanics of this work when it comes to unifying Germany. I don't think they would get much more infamy, but sometimes they do. Yeah, weakening armed forces is going to be fine. They're going to have a huge boost in a second anyways. Oh yeah, company. Also, one thing I realized is I didn't quite understand how the change to companies work in the latest patch. So now it's bonus to construction. I think that only applies when actually the company is building something. So that means having engines will be fine, because that means they're going to be building more engines. Engines are always good. They are expensive, so having a bonus to construction to this is going to be nice. Throughput bonus to engines is really nice as well. So yeah, I think that's going to be pretty good. Yeah. And I mean, this one has really good bonus as well. Additional infrastructure is always nice. Language in classroom. Yeah, now this event actually matters, I think, right? It increases assimilation that is actually going to apply. And I think I'm fine with a few more radicals of Sena culture. I can propose a trade deal with Prussia. Oh my god, so what's happening? So we have Dusan Blanzana coming, abolitionist from Montenegro. So in theory, he might support commercialized agriculture. Sure, strengthening intelligence doesn't sound like a bad idea as well. Trade agreement. How are you guys thinking about that? You're not really into it. Yeah, maybe if I make you like me more. Actually, I could use some more influence, to be honest. I want to remove my infamy as quickly as possible. So let's look for some rivalries. Pope? We cannot rival Pope with the Catholic nations. Greece actually is a fine candidate, I think. Brazil, of course. I mean, pretty much everyone in Americas is our enemy, in a way. Spain, we don't want, long term we want to be friends with Spain. Netherlands, fine. Belgium, fine. I was thinking maybe actually trade with Netherlands would be nice, but then again, we will have a ton of rubber from Africa and Brazil as well. It's probably not that much we can trade with them. They have a bit of oil, but not that much. Another event. Yeah, a few more loyalists would be nice. in actually the place that it matters as well, so that's pretty good. Yeah, Greece is counter-declaring the rivalry. This construction efficiency penalty from trade unions is a bit annoying, but that's something that's just gonna pass. They are pissed off about the no migration controls, and this was an absolute must. And yeah, trade unions are going up. That does make me happy, especially since the queen currently is 64, which means she's not going to die too soon in Victoria Free, because people for some reason live for pretty much forever. But she's hated. Yeah, cruel grifter. Grifter is actually pretty bad, but well, she's not going to live for long, and I think once she dies, we might want to switch from monarchy, because I don't want a landowner monarch. And at that point, switching might be fairly easy, especially if we get something good from this law change. Suddenly got to 46. Oh, it was just a debate that just gave me 10%. Okay. Engines are apparently being a problem. Definitely they are not being produced to maximum amount. They just don't have enough. Okay. Okay, we got another win for the law. That's great. I'm not sure what's going on here. I mean, they're making plenty of money. The coal is a bit of a problem. But there's no people here, I guess. Maybe something reset once the buildings were moved to the company. Something reset and they just stopped construction for some reason. Australia stands a conquest against the Netherlands. It's actually... Oh, for... Eastern New Guinea, which is... No, it's for Java and Celebes. I was thinking that Australia is going for New Guinea, which would be actually historical, but no. Okay, I don't think I've ever seen this happen, to be honest. And it's Australia alone? Do you guys have a fairly significant army? And Netherlands have bigger, but maybe they can do it. It's actually... Oh, I'm kind of surprised. Never seen that happen before. And France is increasing their lands in Africa. We will be fighting France and Great Britain a lot at the end game, I'm pretty sure. We'll start with France, probably, because having a big friend, Great Britain, is pretty nice. Especially since we are investing massively into their economy. So, I mean, helping them is not ideal, I suppose. But in the same way, like, we need some place to spend our investments. And Great Britain is going to be super strong economically anyways, so it doesn't really change much. Prussia is siding with Australia. That's bad news for Australians. Though Great Britain might join them as well. Egypt joined against France. Okay. Egypt is playing like the anti-colonialist game. They are preventing us from conquering stuff. They are preventing France. Trying to prevent. They're actually probably not going to succeed here, but they're going to try. I mean, if they get busy enough, maybe I could try to sneak in an attack on something. Especially since I'm at zero, almost at zero infamy. Yeah, it looks like nobody cares about Majortine. So let's take Click Wicket. Looks like some change between them and Egypt. Refuse demands, of course. Nothing else we can demand from them. Let's take one of the smaller armies. Maybe both of those. And yeah, just quick war. In and out, 20 minutes adventure. Hopefully nothing strange happens, and we can always call in Great Britain as well. So. Also, the military is being expanded, I think, already? Yes. So our numbers are going to be boosted very quickly. Landowners are about to go to above -10, which is a bit of a strange phrasing, but that's how it works in mathematics. And then the stop percentage will go down significantly, which would be pretty nice. Oh, actually, never mind, that's not necessary anyways. I wonder if this had some strong effect on the prices of grain, because it changes the production methods for the subsistence buildings. But I'm actually not sure. Yeah, so homesteading does give a bit more grain. So how's the grain prices? Doesn't seem like they were affected that much. The question is, how many peasants do I have? I mean, it's still pretty significant, especially in Africa, I assume. Ethiopia, I think Ethiopia still is 13%, 9, 6, 10, 11, 6. In Ethiopia is still about as much GDP as my actual homeland, actually more, I think. Despite not having, it's 8 million there. Not having that much higher population, just a lot of buildings here. Especially when it comes to agriculture. Yeah, not that many actual industries. A lot of financial districts and manor houses, 55. No, the investments. I think there might be just a ton of people employed in the investment centers in... there's over 50k. Just in the financial districts and manor houses. Additional 50k. And here as well. And they're not really producing that much. They're just making money. They're paying a lot of taxes, so that is good. But those guys are not paying taxes, which I think the way taxes are calculated and dividends from investment pool is kind of weird, in that whether the investors are being taxed or not has no effect on how much they invest. It just affects their quality of living, which is pretty weird thing, but that's how it works. The other army will be actually useful here, so good I sent both of them. At least looking by this number, probably in practice it wouldn't actually matter. Because I have skirmishers everywhere. Is Egypt actually fighting? They actually are. Yep. Is this thing ongoing? Yep. I don't have high hopes for Australia. Especially since they have smaller navy as well. It's probably not going to work out. But Prussia, I think, yeah, they're making it. I mean, they're pretty much done. War support is going down very quickly, so in a couple of weeks this is going to be over. And this having actual Germany is going to be pretty big for the campaign. Not sure if it's good or bad. I mean, I think it's good, because that means France and Great Britain will have a competition, and Germany is unlikely to have that many colonies anyways. And if I actually really go for the colonies, they really won't have chance to gain anything. And Great Britain is doing that job pretty well, to be honest, on their own. I'm pretty slow at colonizing, simply because of small population here. For a revolution in Italy, they are being pretty slow to do anything about unification. Maybe one of those revolts is actually going to move things forward. If I recall, there's like some events that can change things. Piemontian, I mean, I think it's Sardinian revolt, but sure. Yeah, those guys are being finished. Russia sides with Sardinia Piedmont. Okay, so not much is going to change here. Okay, barracks are being produced. It's one more year till it's finished. The market actually could use a lot more construction, but it's going to be a while before I can really... I mean, my construction is just not that high. My investment pool is actually still making money, despite buying everything in that's up for sale in the British Empire, and probably a ton of... Actually, still own 142 buildings, so they're not buying everything within Portugal itself. Yeah, those guys are having a revolt, which is going to be interesting what happens with it. And this is done. Hey, so we have this one state now completely controlled. And I actually still need to conquer something. Let's see. I think the Boer republics are still not really a target, but once we start the war with Spain, then it's going to the taboo of fighting against the other European governments is going to be broken, and then we will go after them. Well, at least against Transvaal, Oranje has a defensive pact with Great Britain, so that's, and they're part of British Empire, so that's probably not going to happen for a while. Egypt is out. That's to be expected, to be honest. I might still just go for Sokoto, I guess. They are supporting independence of Dahomey, which is a British puppet, so they might actually annex it pretty soon. Have a free spot here. And I guess Germany is fine. And the question is, do I want to conquer Sokoto directly or maybe go for a Protectorate? Is this still like one place where making a Protectorate might actually be worth it? This... I mean, I will have Brazil as a Protectorate by the end game, so I will have some subjects. This will slow down my expansion into Central Africa, but pretty soon I will be able to take on Egypt, and this will also give me access to Darfur. So yeah, maybe just making them a Protectorate is going to be good enough. Also, it's nice 20 infamy, so I will stay below 25. They're not going to get any support. I have plenty of battalions to beat them. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Denmark has something in the area. Right. Let's get this done with this army. I think them alone should be enough. Maybe is there a good general hill? Cruel, good defenders. Not really what I want, though. I think Cruel is the best. This would be better for defense. But I guess Landowner is not the best, but it's fine. Transfer against Netherlands? Which subject? Mecklenburg is a subject of Netherlands, okay. And a puppet as well. Yeah. Russia won this war, and nothing is happening just yet, but they should form the Northern German Federation pretty soon, at least, right? Can I get anything else from them? Actually, it might be worth it to try for something. So, regime change, what would that do? Change them a bit closer towards me. Ban slavery. I think banning slavery would actually be good because that frees their people to migrate to my places, which is good. More money is always nice, though it probably is not going to be that much. Regime change. That infamy would be annoying going over 25, though at the same time it wouldn't really mean much because I'm not going to directly conquer anything. Or at least a little bit until I go for Galicia. And I will go over 20 at this point anyways. Sure. And what do they have? Irregular infantry. Yeah, it's going to be a slaughter. No worries. Got double event here. A devout scandal. The devout have scandals all the time. How do I like? You're a traditionalist. So, oh, I can't remove them. They can be somewhat unpopular or not popular at all. So let's weaken them as much as possible. Private schools. Protectionism. Protectionism wouldn't be that bad. It would piss off landowners. But it would be better than mercantilism. Simply because of the production method. So I wouldn't actually mind it. Okay. Keeping the industrialists happy is pretty nice because of their investment pool contributions. I'm not sure if I will actually get it done, but maybe. Wouldn't be too bad. How about trade agreement, guys? Still no. You guys don't like me that much, I guess. Yeah, let's try to improve that a little bit. Ever increasing. I'm getting a ton of events, I feel like. Yeah, -1, it's not going to matter that much. They are finally making it on shore. Am I paying my army's wages? Yes, I am. Good. Because then they are actually going to be recruiting troops. Yes. Trade unions being pissed off is annoying. But I think it's pretty close that they're actually going to chill. And the petite bourgeoisie. And landowners are going to be pissed again, but they should be losing clout quite fast. Nobody joined on either side, so that's fine. I don't think anything... Oh yeah, we actually own something in this area, I totally forgot. And this is actually sulfur, so we have not that many sources of sulfur, so this is kind of important. Not that many people to employ anyways, but I totally forgot about that. And I'm improving relations with Egypt, but at this point I think before we improve those relations enough, we might start fighting them, so that will lower them again. They actually might be other target for a puppet state. Though that would mean annexing all of this as well, which I don't really want, so maybe Egypt. Maybe once wars with Egypt start, I will just go over infamy and stop caring about it. Bornu joined. And you guys don't have border with me right now, you have barely any troops. Not really an issue. And I have more troops available, though maybe I will mobilize some more people. Where did you guys come from? Oh, it's from the conquered state over here, of course. Makes sense. A lot of fish. Are we eating more fish or more grain? So, 2,000. More grain. Sometimes in my games, I just end up making more fish than grain. Because fish... how is the building called? The fishing wharves are actually pretty good building. They have the same cost as logging camps, and they actually employ laborers. They're pretty good for industrialization. Unlike farms, which means more power to the landowners. So you guys should be doing fine still, right? Despite having smaller numbers. The enemy is defending, so that's a good sign. That was kind of... I think I saw that at first their numbers were much lower and then they increased. And we have a second battle that has almost no enemies. And then a third battle that has fairly small numbers as well. I wonder if they're going to make any changes towards how this, like how many troops actually participate in battles is calculated to make it a bit more predictable. Because it seems really weird. I really don't understand how it's being calculated. Like, this is a low concentration of battalions along the length of front. It's -13 for some reason. And then in here it's -8. I don't really get it. Wonder if anyone knows. Maybe not even Paradox, wouldn't be surprised. The Russians are trying to invade Sardinia. It's not working out, to be honest. 20 battalions? This revolt actually mobilized quite a bit. We got a free tech from spreading, not really important. Yeah, this thing is progressing really nicely. We already killed pretty much all of their armies and they're not regaining anything. Actually, it's good I brought additional army because they're going to split into two fronts in a second. So at least I will have something to put to the second front. Yeah, a lot more buildings left. On speed 3, that's not ideal. So the landlords are slowly chilling. A lot of time modifiers, leader trait. If I put them in the government, would they be nicer? No. Actually, it would be kind of hard to get them in. No, not necessarily. So they're at -6 now. They would go to -1. And then I could try to push through protectionism. Sure. They're going to be a bit annoyed, but just a little bit. Sure. Oh, this is actually really nice. I think this war is... Oh my god, this split of armies, okay. This war is pretty much done, but let's actually just wait a second until I switch my military production method. Would be really nice for the build-up, actually. Third front, oh, okay. Sure. The AI just cannot stop themselves from creating additional fronts. I mean, would it be possible to make more fronts? I guess technically speaking, if they went for those 2 provinces now, wouldn't put it past the AI to make as many fronts. The AI is optimized to make as many fronts as quickly as possible. And they actually made it, which is a bit annoying, but they're actually defending something that's not really relevant. Oh, this company just got removed. I didn't even know that can happen. Let's just take this one. It's not the ideal bonus, actually. Wait a second. But I would actually get it, and those are pretty important buildings that will be slowly being built. I guess that's fine. Not sure what happens to all of those engines. And now they lost all of their employment again? What happened, actually? And they're owned by local workforce now. Didn't know the company can just go away like this and then reset the employment for some reason. Oh yeah, the landowners are being pretty chill, actually. Once in government, once you share them power and actually push through something they don't like, they're actually pretty chill. Maybe I should get the petite bourgeoisie as well. In some of those, yeah, it's like -1 from the government. Wages, it's the ruler trade, opposition. Yeah, so it's actually, opposition gets a lot of maluses. I could get trade unions in, that might be more helpful. We got France starting investment rights in Sokoto. Well, you guys are a bit late, I feel. So, hopefully it's not going to start a war immediately. Not sure what's going to happen once they actually enforce in this situation. Might lead to something not great happening. Maybe I should have taken a war goal against Bornu as well. It's probably fine. Okay, so this ended. And Sokoto, oh yeah, because they're really not that, they're protectorate, so they can have just a war like here. And I mean, if France wants to invest in Sokoto, that's fine by me. So let's make them like me more. I will be investing in them, so eventually they should like me more. Might even start funding... not this one. Start funding the lobbies. No, they don't like me enough. I don't want free money as well. Okay. Yeah, this might actually get done really quickly, so that's pretty nice. What's this? Oh, China is fighting a revolt in Lanfang, okay. The deficit is looking kinda nice, to be honest. Like, I'm not even on the highest taxes. I will be able to post construction for the war with Spain. 6 more months. Okay, okay. And those guys got actually destroyed. Wonder, Great Britain actually was able to... No, they didn't fight in any battles, they just got attrition, so I wonder, can they move troops in here? That's an important question, I think. But one that's difficult to answer. I think if I started war against Great Britain, they wouldn't be able to reinforce. But in every other situation, I have no idea. My god, people are almost chill. The trade unions, actually, if I could make them like me just a bit. Breaks free? Excuse me? They just... Before the troops around, it was just... What? Okay. They didn't consent towards being a puppet, so they just said no. Okay. Also, I missed an event here. Oh, okay, that's probably not ideal. Agitator died. We got a new landowner guy, and he's a moderate. Losing power as well. Okay. I mean, I didn't pay much attention towards how much... They probably didn't want to stay a subject, but we had a truce. And they can just say no? Okay. Sure. Is there like war goal that caused this to happen? No, I don't really see anything. This... I mean, I should have probably opened the event to see what exactly happened. Just clicked right click on it by instinct, but was kind of weird. Okay, sure, I guess we will be just conquering them fully in this case. If that's what they want. Oh yeah, the private construction is investing in Persia because it's part of the British Empire. So we're investing pretty much everywhere. How much of the GDP ownership we have in Great Britain? I mean, not too bad. 10% average, I guess, across the board. Not too bad. In Tripoli, even more. In Persia, not too bad either. 25% in Mazdaran. The Brits have a fair amount of investments in my territories as well. But I think I have much more overall. In India as well. Some places almost 50%. Rubber rush. Yes, please. Actually, it doesn't really matter which place. And this is almost done. Okay. Kind of 65% in some places. I mean, we are investing. We are investing pretty hard. And Crippen is going for Bhutan now. Which means they will have direct border with Tibet, which means they might start gobbling China directly. Which I would ideally want to prevent, but 500 battalions is a bit of a problem. So Raj has 150, they have 200, that still feels like not that much to me. France has the biggest army in game right now. Yeah, and Great Britain has standing army on the level of Russia. Austria has really small army. I guess they might be struggling a bit when it comes to economy. Okay, Sokoto must be pretty proud of themselves. They lost the war, but they won the peace somehow. Okay, I really hope someone will be able to tell me what exactly happened there. So we have those battalions. How many troops do they have? Decent amounts. Make sure the mobilization is the Division Auxiliar España. That seems fitting. Let's go all in on this. Sure. Might as well go all in on those for everyone. Because in most of those groups, there's not that many troops anyways. And yeah, we are making a nice surplus for now because I stopped government construction, but the private queue is handling this quite well. Yeah, they will be able to handle it for a long time. Once this war is over, I will probably just go all in on boosting up construction as much as possible. And yeah, I think it's a good time to stop. And next session, I will pretty much start the war against Spain immediately, I think. Unless they suddenly got an ally of some kind or something. Don't seem like it, so this is going to be important session next time. So yeah, GG guys, and see you on the next one.